On principle alone, I will not tell you. Not now. I don't owe you anything.
Ellen is very forthcoming, very bold, and very plain spoken, and that is not something we see women do a lot at that time. We also saw how it didn't work out well for Claire in the beginning when she was like that. I'm wondering if you can talk a little bit about what makes Ellen feel so secure in being able to share who she truly is with the world at large.
She plays the game very well. I think there are certain things that she can't do and things she can't say because she is a woman. Mm-hmm. And so she finds other ways to engineer situations, I guess, to her advantage, but also to the advantage of the clan, because ultimately that's what she wants.
Yeah.
She wants to protect the clan. So yeah, I think she's very clever about it, because at that time women couldn't speak their minds. Mm-hmm. But I think it's really lovely that when she meets Brian, she kind of is able to be her true self.
Since our encounter, I've tried to forget you.
Yeah, I really liked our scenes for that reason. There was an ease, a youthfulness, and a freedom. Mm-hmm. I think they felt very different to all of Ellen's other scenes where she was sort of more constrained, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And we know that Myrta has a thing for, we've known from the original show that Myrta carried a torch for Ellen pretty much forever, right? And Brian knows that as well when they first meet. Is he conflicted at all, or is he just so blown away?
So conflicted. I mean, Brian doesn't figure out who Ellen is until, they meet in the bridge. So that first kind of meet cute moment, in the barn, he's blown away, and there's like, oh my God, this woman is everything I could have ever imagined. I didn't know there was something like this.
Mm-hmm. Kindness may be forward, but will you meet me in a more suitable place?
And he learns, oh, this is who Myrta fancies, so that complicates things a little bit. And that was really interesting to play with, because at his heart, one of Brian's main things is being brave and being loyal. Loyalty is a huge thing. So he's kind of going against his core values to pursue this, but ultimately, that's, he knows this is meant to be.
Aww. The power of the MacKenzie lady's too strong.
Yeah.
If I had to bargain with the devil himself, spend a moment more with you, I would.
Hermione and Jeremy, it didn't escape me that your characters both got thrown back in time, and the female gets immediately sold into slavery, and the male gets a prestige position at a family's home, which is just a sad commentary on life in general, right? But
I'd like to accept. Let's have a dram.
When she is in this position and we see her try to make sense of what's going on, the fact that she's pregnant, I would imagine, makes everything even scarier. Do you think that's an accurate take on what's going on there?
Definitely. I think she's not only defending herself and trying to survive for herself, but she's also wanting to get back to Claire, wanting to get back to her husband, wanting to protect her unborn child. And I think that adds a huge level of difficulties. I think also she has to be resorted down to animal instincts. Mm-hmm. She's hit over the head, she's put into the back of a cart, and she's sold into slavery within about 2 minutes of landing in the world.
It's a rough entry.
Yeah, and then suddenly finds herself as a maidservant with a very dangerous boss.
Stay a while, madame, and I shall do my best to acquaint you with them.
She has to lean on her instincts and lean on her wits and animal motherly nature, I'd say. Yeah.
Henry's war trauma is something that we're starting to see in the second episode. Obviously, it's a very bad thing that he went through, right? That trench warfare is really evocative. It's shown in that kind of a lot of detail. Outlander touched on it with Claire and her experiences as well. What can you tease about how that will affect him moving forward, whether it weighs on him consciously, if he even knows that it's a thing?
Yeah, he's quite damaged, which we don't really see until we start seeing some the sort of more private moments with Julia. But it's this sort of he starts to properly lose his mind, I think, around episode 3 or 4. And as an actor, it's great. It's another layer that you can really get your teeth into, and gives him some good obstacles. But it sort of gets him in a bit of trouble later on. Sort of starts seeing things that aren't really there, and gets himself in a bit of a pickle.
That was also at a time when shell shock or post-traumatic stress disorder was not something that was even talked about or there were words for. So I'm wondering, do you think that he's understanding fully what's happening to him?
I imagine he would have seen other people struggling, but they wouldn't have had the same treatments that we do. But he has Julia, and that's it's another way that they connect. She sort of, yeah, she's the thing that's getting him through it.
Yeah.
And then when she goes, it'll start sort of unraveling again.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a really good point.
You're not too old to be lashed for an insolent tongue. You'd better remember who you are and who you're not.
Jamie, Brian's father is not a great guy, as you mentioned. Not as bluntly as I just did.
Yeah.
Not as bluntly as I just did. But, and there's definitely a push and pull. It feels like he wants his respect, but he also knows that he's not kind of the standard there. How much does his dad's opinion of him matter to him, do you think?
His opinion, it does matter because, everybody, I think, at their core of humanity wants a relationship with their parent, regardless of, if it's a really bad one or not. Like, everybody wants to be loved at some point, Just to be loved by Lord Lovett's just a wee bit more difficult.
Yeah.
The MacKenzies may know I have a bastard son, but they surely didn't care what he looks like.
And we do see this, as the season goes on, like this relationship between them and how it becomes more strained and then comes closer at points. But ultimately, it is a really, really interesting journey that Brian goes on with them.
Yeah.
But Brian's kind of made his peace about his position in life, and it's cool to see that go on as the episodes go on.
It also doesn't escape me that he is like a dark-haired bastard. Is he like the Jon Snow of the show? Like, are we going to see you riding dragons by the end of it?
Yeah, there's dragons from episode 3 onwards.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's
You heard it
crazy.
here. It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Budget was huge.